Thank you, Vijay. I'm not in Lian. My name is Albert Tan, but my real name is Tan Kin Guan. We are on to more serious business now, and in my short speech, I would like to share with you some personal insight into Tan Kin Lian. I may not be suitable to be presidential candidate material, but I can assure you that I'm highly qualified to talk about Tan Kin Lian because, as Vijay said, I've known him for all of his 63 years. After all, I'm his older brother. We have all heard about his humble beginnings. Our parents were good, honest people. They tried their best to fend for us, but early in our teens, we realized that we had to accept the fact that we could not go to university and had to start working as soon as we were able to help support the family. Going to university was never an option because we had to start work and make some money, even though we were top students at the top school in Singapore. Anyway, we both started as clerks at a young age and did extremely well through distance learning, acquiring very top professional qualifications. We also excelled in the University of Life and learned a lot of things. What is clear is that the difficulties and challenges in his early years has strengthened Kin Lian's character and personality considerably. They also gave him a deep appreciation of the difficulties of the ordinary people. In the process, it evolved his core personal values. I would now like to ask our supporters to say aloud with me. The personal values of Tan Kin Lian are honesty. Number 2, fairness. Number 3, positive attitude. Number 4, courage. And number 5, public service. High five. Now, in the spirit of being fair, I would say that the opportunities offered to us by a progressive government then has helped us grow, and today I'm proud to say that we are all, in our small ways, examples of Singapore's success story. Where credit is due, we've got to be fair about it and admit it. However, in recent years, the methods displayed and deployed by those who are in power and the headlong drive towards economic growth have left many ordinary people behind. They have fallen through the cracks. That is why Kin Lian felt that he has to do something about it. That's why he's decided to come forward to stand for election as the next president of Singapore. Having obtained one of the highest financial qualifications available, Kin Lian could have gone on to become a classic blue-blooded white horse capitalist and taken on a job in a major multinational corporation, or alternatively start a very lucrative consultancy. He did not, though he did work in several companies to gather experience in the world. And eventually, not long after he started work, he began to work in anti-machine income because he believed in the ideals of a progressive cooperative. A cooperative is an organization that does business, but does it for the welfare of the people and not for the shareholders to enrich them. Over the years, he has always stayed true to the cooperative movement, and despite many offers from other commercial companies to go over to them, he has stayed true and not accepted the temptation to turn fully commercial, but he's continued to serve NTUC income. His early years of building up NTU's income were exciting ones. I remember how he reached out to the ordinary people of Singapore through a very large number of organizers in the unions and also to all of Singapore, the population of Singapore. I'm sure many of the today's older union leaders remember those happy days when they worked with him to promote something that is good for the people of Singapore. For once, insurance was not the exclusive reserve of the rich and the elite. The ordinary people of Singapore could finally afford insurance at a very attractive price. Now, I remember when I was young, the insurance people who talked to me were people who were never land, talk about big policies, big premiums and something they could never afford. But when NTUC income came, they offered policies that were good for the ordinary people. They allow you to be protected for all kinds of potential hazards, and also they help you to save money. During this period, Lian was also very happy and active in helping people grow and the cooperative movement to prosper. It is for this reason that I believe that while many unions have officially endorsed one other candidate, and you know why they have endorsed one other candidate? Do you know? Instructions from the top. The members and the leaders of those unions may well remember to act according to their conscience, so that on August 27th, they will vote according to what is their right, which is the privacy of their vote. And at the end of it all, if they can look at themselves in the mirror and say, I've done the right thing by Singapore, then they should be proud of themselves. In managing NTU's income, Lian was not a typical CEO. He sacrificed personal comforts, and he did not fly business class on business trips. He flew economy class. He also did not buy expensive limousines. He actually bought, and for many years, was traveling in a Volvo or a second-hand Mercedes-Benz. And all because he wanted to save money for income so that he could return more to policyholders and to shareholders. He took on a much lower salary than other CEOs in comparable sized organizations, as a result of which income was able for many years to declare high dividends, high yields for both policyholders and shareholders. That's the kind of job that he has done, and that's the kind of job that he has done to benefit more than 1 million policyholders. In fact, it's almost like 2 million policyholders. While doing all this, we must remember that he was also a very good professional manager, and he was actually able to grow NTU's income from a small organization to a massive market leader with many $billion worth of assets. So, while people say you cannot have the cake and eat it, in Lian's case, he was able to deliver to income, value for policyholders, and also value for the shareholders of the company. The NTUC itself should also remember that every year, NTU's income made huge contributions to the Labour Foundation. That is the way in which the system works. The profits of the cooperative go towards the members or the shareholders, and the major shareholder for NTU's income was NTUC itself. And indirectly, in fact directly, he has contributed to the growth of trade unionism in Singapore. While managing NTU's income, Lian also introduced a wide range of non-insurance products and services to the people of Singapore. I'm sure all of you are aware of the householder maintenance service, carpooling, exercise gyms, a whole host of things. Now, any of you been to the gym, then done carpooling, or had your house repairs done through the recommendation of income? Well, not all of them were financial successes, but the trick behind the whole scheme was that he wanted to provide a whole range of services to make life better for people, and therefore, using the resources and buying power of income, he was able to leverage it. Never mind if income don't make money, these are small things. More important, it helps to improve the life of the people. That's his formula. Some of you know that Lian was a grassroots leader and a PAP cadre member, and say, therefore, he is not independent. Now, that was a long time ago, and importantly, remember that when he did all this, he was more in the area of providing grassroots services to support people. He was never active politically. He had also been a volunteer in countless organizations, championed many causes. He sat on the board of a lot of organizations, commercial and otherwise, and headed events and initiatives on a volunteer basis. He has also championed a large number of public-related causes, given countless interviews, written many letters to the media, to the extent that some people consider him a nuisance, but actually he was always speaking up for the ordinary person. That is the man for you. Do you want him to be your next president? Many of you will remember that during the last financial crisis, he spoke up for the people who were misled into buying worthless instruments and lost a lot of money. Now, you think about it, we were his family members says, hey, why do you do that? You could be sued by the people, you could be nabbed for all sorts of things. He says, never mind. What is right is right. I will speak on their behalf. Otherwise, these poor people will lose all their life savings. That is the kind of man you're talking about. He has the courage and the conviction to do it. Looking to his personal life, I can say that he is a good family man. Where are his family members? There they are. They were all tested. He may not be the most interesting of person, but he's an extremely good family man. Sorry for that. He tries hard and is willing to put in personal efforts to achieve his goals. Now, in terms of his trying hard, I wonder how many of you have heard his speech in Tamil. I think he might be trying it again afterwards. Now, early in the campaign, we decided that, or he decided that for him to really communicate with the people of Singapore, he ought to be able to speak to them in their own language. And he rehearsed and he rehearsed and he rehearsed. And on his nomination day speech, he did it in 4 languages, the only person who did it. And tonight you will have a further sample of that. I've been told that I've been taking too much time. Over the course of the rally, my fellow speakers will reveal several other aspects of Lian, and I hope you found my account interesting. But before I give up the mic, I would just want to comment on one other aspect of Lian's commitment to public service. This concerns his highly publicized and novel commitment to donate at least half of his presidential salary to charity and other worthy causes. Nobody offered that. It was his idea, and he says the president don't need so much money. I will donate at least half. Remember, he said at least half. He didn't say half. Now, it is great that the idea has caught the imagination of a large number of people, and in fact, one other candidate has also pledged to donate a part of his salary. Now, except that he wasn't sure how much it was going to be. He kept on changing. If the other candidates will stop remaining aloof and or hide behind excuses. It would be great if all 4 presidential candidates voluntarily agree to donate a part of the salary for the welfare of the people of Singapore. Don't you think so? Now, what is not so obvious is the sheer genius behind the idea of the scheme. He wasn't thinking in terms of only sacrificing his $1 or $2 million a year. That is basically just what you call seed money. The whole idea is by doing that, he feels that he will be able to encourage other high salary officials and people who claim to be willing to do public service in representing people to also donate their salary, and also to the big business tycoons and all the other people to donate towards his fund, so that together the fund, the presidential charity fund, can be a huge sum and it will benefit a lot of people. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are about a third into the whole rally. So far we have a retired sales manager, a teacher, an insurance veteran, a relative of Mr. Tan, and now we have not had a woman speaker yet. So do you want a real woman speaker? Yes! Your yes sounds so fake. Do you want a real woman speaker? Yes! You want to hear the views of a lady who will tell you why this presidential election is about change. The person is none other than... See, you know my name or not? You don't know my name, you know her name. Her name is Ivy Sing Lim. Let me share with you something. Up until recently, I did not know Ivy personally. I read a lot about her in newspapers. I saw her as an outspoken person, sometimes overly outspoken. But I got to know her in recent months. I realized that she is passionate about her causes. She does not mince her words. She calls a spade, a chankol, and an XX. Okay? She is a fortunate half Indian, half Chinese who loves the country, Singapore, and that's the reason why she chose to stay here as opposed to going into greener pastures. So let us call upon the fiery, direct, and strong voice, Ivy Lim!